Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we have some awesome hotfixes that are dropped. One of them we actually kind of found ourselves and pointed out. So it's really cool to see that be fixed quite quickly. And yeah, we also got 2x Wartorn crates, which is going to be phenomenal. So without further ado, let's flip it over and get right into it. So here is the blue post, and we have shoulder enchants are now stackable up to 20. Once purchased, these cannot be refunded. So that's very helpful for people that know they're like this is the one they want, or people that are even shoulder enchant swapping mid-raid, because like some fights utilize this and you're not at the point where you have 2 tier 3 pieces. I know a few people in my guild that have been actively doing that at least. Wartorn Undermined supply crates now contain twice as many Wartorn scraps as before, so they just 2x the drop pool. This is phenomenal. My guild, even with encouraging all my guildies to donate their Wartorn scraps from boxes and take a community approach to it, we still are running out of cloth. It's just Warlock, Priest, and Mage have an immense prio on tier 3 right now from a high-end rating perspective, and so we are just desperate for cloth. The other ones we're doing pretty good on. Horde, we have had some mail issues as well because of all the shaman, but I'd imagine Alliance has the same problem with plate. But leather, leather and those druids are just chilling. Undead Slaying bonus is now set to 2, was 3. We covered that when we discovered it. Cares and Crypts added a chance for Chiron the Dark Rider to drop the neck piece from the apprentice you did not unlock. For example, if you release Kaghoe and Chiron now has a chance to drop Sura's Collar, and the Dark Rider now has a chance to drop Baradin's Choker. We're aware you can summon the Dark Rider before releasing an apprentice. If this happens, the Dark Rider does not drop an additional piece at all. So, very cool to see that. Naxx Ramus. This is the change I discovered. The exit portal that spawns in Saffron's room after the boss that has been defeated will now persist after players leave and the soft reset the instance. The gates blocking the entrance into various wings of Naxx Ramus will now stay open forever if Kel'Thuzad has been defeated. Fixed an issue where the number of bosses killed on the hardest difficulty weren't tracking properly if you soft reset your raid after killing the 4 horsemen. Also really good. Raid groups in a bugged state will be able to fight Saffron and KT on their hard mode difficulties after soft resetting their instances. The Spore buff on Lotheb will no longer count towards the Dance of the Wicked dodge chance. The Spore buff on Lotheb will no longer count towards the Elemental Shaman's Ruins of AQ 3-piece bonus and Retribution Paladin tier 3-6 bonus, or the Shadow Priest tier 3-6 bonus for purposes of increasing damage. So it's weird that you could get the Lotheb buff for Dance of the Wicked. I'm pretty sure Dance of the Wicked is Noth right before him, and doing the dance and dodging the explosion. So very weird to have Lotheb buff before that. That could be something else though. Saffron's Glacial Crash now correctly splits damage amongst players, no longer benefits from the player's percent damage modifiers, and Glacial Crash damage has been increased to the correct amount without accounting for player percent damage modifiers. So I think that is the Saff hard mode mechanic. You're supposed to probably stack for that bomb. Druid, the Restoration tier 3-6 set will now correctly work against Saffron's Frost Aura ticks. That's good. The Feral tier 3 2-piece now mentions in its tooltip that will not be as effective against players. Hunter tier 3 2-piece now correctly increases damage dealt by Chimera Shot Serpent. Mage Mass Regeneration will correctly update the duration of Temporal Weaken on players who have Temporal Weaken from another mage with longer than 15-second duration. So there was a lot of people who, well, I don't think a lot of people play Mage Healer, but the ones that do are having a lot of issue and strife, so always good to see them get that tweak and start to see them pop up and pop off. Paladin, the Retribution tier 3-6 piece, now mentions that it does not work while Wretch's Fury or Hand of Reckoning are active. Priest, Serendipity now correctly applies to your next lesser heal, greater heal, or prayer of healing, even if they were spell queued before a Serendipity was present. Penance is no longer affected by spell haste that benefits non-channeled spells. I'm not really sure exactly what that is, but you know. Shaman, the tooltip for the Restoration Tier 3 6-piece set bonus, now correctly mentions Earth Shield instead of Spirit of the Alpha. Warlock, Haunt will no longer incorrectly increase the impact damage of Shadow Flame. Improved Emulate will no longer incorrectly increase the damage from the Warlock Tier 3 Shadow Flame hit. The Scythe of Chaos will now correctly do its Fell Hunter Silence and Interrupt. Damage Warlock Tier 3 6-piece now correctly ties the Mark of Chaos effect to the Curse of Agony cast and not to the Curse of Recklessness that is applied through the bonus. This prevents Mark of Chaos from falling off if no Curse of Recklessness is replaced by another Warlock. Haunt will no longer incorrectly increase the impact damage of Shadow Flame. Improved Emulate will no longer incorrectly increase the damage from Tier 3 Shadow Flame hit. Warrior, Fresh Meat will now correctly have a 100% chance to proc on an encounter after a wipe. Fresh Meat will now correctly have a 100% chance to proc against a target in PvP if the target player leaves combat with the Warrior. Revenge, attack power multiplier increased by 25%, was 15%. Then we have a few people's comments, but I like all these changes. They seem good with the classes and in line and fixing a lot of the complaints I've seen you guys talk about. Just always good to see them take those proactive things. Love the quality of life stuff with Karazhan because people were just doing Karazhan neck runs. 2x Wartorn supply crates is amazing. I think it'll help a lot of people get their tier 3 gear. And Naxx Ramus fixing the portal and a lot of the bugs with that were really cool. So let's see what people are talking about. I'm not a priest at all in Solid, but could you guys at least make the priest bubble matter a little bit? I think priest bubbles are fine. Maybe it gets destroyed instantly from the hard modes, but I think they're doing good. They save me on Lotheb every week. Warlocks in shambles between the dumpster tier tank and the now completely neutered Shadow Flame. It seems someone at Blizz has it out for Warlocks. For Warlock, Haunt will no longer incorrectly increase the impact of Shadow Flame. Improved Emulate will no longer increase the damage of the from the tier 3 Shadow Flame hit. But those two were almost identical description lines, or it meant something else, but a mispace overwritten the two lines. So it's kind of the same thing, but I think it's how they interact with the tier 3 one is the issue. Warriors are meme damage outside of 30-second fights, and this is your answer, fixing Fresh Meat. So you're saying if Kaghoe doesn't drop his neck, the other two bosses won't either, or do they have a chance to drop any of the 3 necks? Previously, you were able to get multiple of the neck drop from the Apprentice boss and Chiron, asking specifically if this is not a thing anymore. Did this person read it? It's if Kaghoe doesn't drop it, the other two bosses will drop the other two, and not Kaghoe's neck. Shoulder enchants are now stackable to 20. Once purchased, they cannot be ruined. Keyring win. We don't need a keyring for the shoulder enchants, unless he means ruining them. But anyway, guys, those are all of the awesome changes that we have talked about, covered, and discussed. I am stoked for them. I think, once again, most of these are already in the game, but I think it'll lead to a better season of Discovery. And so many people are playing right now. There's like 3 layers right now, and it is 11 a.m. on a Saturday morning. So you just love to see that. But anyway, if you have any more changes, anything you would like to see, definitely drop it down below and let me know what you think of them. And until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.